Coming up on Up at Noon, May the 4th be with you, was yesterday, but we're still talking about Star Wars. The Power Rangers are too colorful. There, I said it. And some of this Nintendo merchandise isn't official. All that and more right now on Up at Noon Live. I hate that song.
That's a real good song.
It was such a good song for a second. Hey everybody, welcome to Up at Noon Live. I'm Max Scoville, and this is Marty Sleva.
Hi all.
And this is Brian Jr.
Why did you bring
So Brian's not here. He's not gonna be here for a while. This is my pet cockroach, Brian Jr., who I found. Look at him. He's in there. Mm-hmm. He's alive.
The day Brian left for
he's
New
doing
Jersey,
stuff. He's creeping
we
around.
found Brian Jr.
You know what? I learned what cockroach poop looked like this morning because Brian Jr. did some bathroom stuff inside his enclosure.
I call it prison. You call it
an enclosure. Prison is an enclosure for criminals. Thank you so much for joining us. Every week, I don't know how to say this, a lot of different ways you can watch Up at Noon. You can watch it on the PS4 app, the Xbox One app, you can watch it on Roku, Twitch, Apple TV, YouTube, Facebook, and IGN.com. Are our microphones on? Are we doing everything right? Can you hear us? You can hear us. So we're off to a great start. I'm fighting off a cold.
It'll be fun.
We got a roach on the desk. Real weird. So anyway, a lot of fun things to talk about. If you want to tweet at us, use the hashtag Up at Noon, and Marty will sign up for Twitter right now. Yeah, just go to.
I'm going to sign up for Twitter?
Yeah, you got to sign up for Twitter.
All right.
So anyway, we got some cool stuff to talk about. But first, I want to thank our sponsor, Dead Island Definitive Collection. This is a game in which an island has been murdered. Not really. It's an island that's full of zombies, and they're very awful, and you have to fight them off with all kinds of stuff, such as ores. I will say, not enough games utilize ores as a weapon. So it's good that Dead Island does let you do that. That's coming out May 31st on PS4 and Xbox One. So, keep an eye open. On that note, yesterday was May the 4th, 2016.
It was.
That was the date.
Yeah, what does that mean? What is that a reference to?
So what's funny is the first time that May the 4th was like a thing was actually a headline announcing that Margaret Thatcher was elected. Like it was in a British newspaper.
The
Everyone's
Iron
always
Lady.
like, oh, it's Star Wars Day, but it's like,
That's really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so everyone kind of was like, hey, it's Star Wars Day, May the 4th, and out of that we got some cool Star Wars news and some, like, ThinkGeek announced Star Wars Tiki Cups, which I'm totally putting on my wedding registry.
I imagine it.
It wasn't really, like, I think some people were probably hoping for, like, more Rogue One stuff. I think Phil Lord, is that his name? Who's doing he tweeted out a photo of Han Solo's blaster, and he's like, I can't wait to get shooting.
Yeah.
I think Han Solo film.
That was good, yeah.
Yeah.
We had some cool game announcements, though.
Yeah, so probably the big one is that Respawn Entertainment, the guys who've done Titanfall, are doing a Star Wars game.
Yeah, a third-person Star Wars game.
Yeah, which means that that's obviously not going to be the same formula as Titanfall. So
No, totally. And the interesting thing about it is it's being led by Stig Asmussen, who has
my
a very
favorite
cool
Star
name.
Wars character.
Yes, he's in the back. He got cut from Maz Kanata's little dungeon, but he was the creative director of God of War 3, and they brought him over to Respawn a couple of years ago. So he's been working on this, and so I'm thinking, like, is this going to be like an amazing third-person crazy action game where you're like a Jedi cutting things in half and doing combos?
Having somebody from God of War being very high up there and kind of noting that, I think I feel like it's going to have some lightsaber stuff.
Yeah,
just because. Totally. We've already got, Battlefront.
We have Battlefront. We have the Amy Hennig game that's being worked on at Visceral, which we assume is going to be Uncharted-esque.
Yeah, that would seem like a safe bet.
Yeah.
But I mean, in general, it seems like there were so many Jedi in the prequel era that it's sort of like, there's kind of moving away from that, just like kind of whittling it down to, a situation where there's like just a handful of people with lightsabers as opposed to a whole stadium full of them. But that said, I'm sure there are people who still want to have a nice lightsaber game.
Yeah.
One thing we did get a really beautiful look at is Lego The Force Awakens, which is the next big Star Wars game in the immediate future. Mm-hmm. And I went from being like, I'll check it out, to I will absolutely check it out and play all of it.
Seriously, it's so pretty.
Yeah.
Like, what is happening?
Do we have a clip to show a little bit of this? Can we roll that on the video? Maybe?
You don't have to
I'll
if you
keep
don't
talking
want.
about
You don't
it.
have to if you don't want.
I'll give it a shot. It's cool. Oh, hey, look at that.
Yeah.
What do you know?
Look at how pretty it is.
So yeah, like I know that with TT Games, they typically kind of, I feel like they always kind of target every platform, you know? Like they'll be like, yeah, this is coming out for the...
You look at the bottom of a trailer and it has like 40 logos.
Yeah, and it's kind of cool that we're at a point where it seems like they're really focusing on making like a current gen game, and it looks like it.
Yeah.
So basically this is going to have a lot of kind of extra weird, goofy bonus stuff, like
course.
you would expect,
Rathars.
such as how Han and Chewie got the Rathars. This is what I'm excited about. Captain Athano and Quiggold, the Crimson Corsair.
What?
Sorry, yeah, these are the dudes who Finn almost goes with.
Oh, yeah.
They're pirates. They have a cool short story about them. Apparently, this is about them having a wacky old time.
I don't think you can stand in space.
No, you can't. No. Also, music notes don't fly out of things when they play sounds.
Yeah.
And here you can play as good old Max von Sydow.
Yeah, you could play as him in Lego's The Seventh Seal. You were also able to play as
I
Max
love
von Sydow. It was the Bergman trilogy.
Yeah, and then you get to rescue Admiral Akbar as Poe Dameron. So like, I went from being like meh to like, okay, this looks really fun and cute.
Yeah.
So.
And there's Traveler's Tales has such like a winning formula, and they have with the Harry Potter games and with the Pirates of the Caribbean games, and most recently the Avengers games.
Yeah, and I think they've really proven themselves to the point that they, like at this point, they're actually paving the way and doing some kind of like, this is new expanded universe.
Yeah.
It might not be canon, but it's kind of like, I feel like it's not just sticking to what we know is official on screen, you know, that
totally.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Another thing that popped up on May the 4th is this weird article about how apparently a guy from Lucasfilm was saying that at one point the plan was to have Boba Fett be the main villain in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, that was insane.
So like I've been reading the making of Empire Strikes Back by J.W. Rinsler. There's a series of books. This dude basically made history books of Star Wars, and they're incredible. I highly recommend everyone check them out. And they go just super deep. They go about like early scripts and all over the concept art and everything. And the first Star Wars was interesting because they were making, like, Lucas was like, oh, I got an idea for wizards in space, and it's sort of Kurosawa based. And everyone's like,
is he here?
Yeah.
Is that you, George?
It's me. Yeah. I channeled George Lucas. But no, like he spent forever better part of a decade getting Star Wars ready.
Yeah.
And then when Star Wars was out and it was a hit, they were like, all right, let's do another one. And then Empire kind of like came together much more quickly. So it's a different creative process. But at one point, Lucas was like, oh yeah, it's going to be part of a 12, there are going to be 12 movies. And then he's like, no, there's going to be 9. And there's like, no, there's always going to be 6. And he kind of like, he jumps around. But what this article was saying is basically that the idea was going to be Return of the Jedi was sort of the end of like one story arc, but that like a whole movie was effectively going to be set in Jabba's palace, I guess, and that like Boba Fett would be like the main villain.
I mean, what it seemed like was that there was an idea for a trilogy of movies that ended up getting truncated into Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
And that stuff like the Battle of Endor and the Emperor and Jabba's palace would be stretched out into like single movies by themselves, which is super fascinating. It sort of makes sense when you think of how quickly and like swept under the table Boba Fett is.
Yeah, it's kind of bizarre because what I've understood, and like I've tracked Boba Fett a great deal.
Yeah, that's him.
I carry this large toy with me most places. I have
Fett.
a baby carrier. I go to the store. Yeah. Do you have Mandalorian formula for my son?
Don't talk to me or my
This
child.
is my son, Robert Fett.
Yeah.
Bobby. But no, like I remember just reading that at one point they spent ages designing Fett and like getting like the costume ready, and it was just this huge collaborative process. And like there's probably more art direction and more kind of prop work on Boba Fett alone than most other elements.
Yeah, most other characters in the trilogy.
Yeah, and also like the fact you see him with the bounty hunters initially, early concept art lists all the bounty hunters as Boba Fett's gang, which makes you think that like if they weren't like competing bounty hunters, it'd be kind of cool to have like Boba Fett like leading this posse
of Toilet Mummy and Robo Boy and Weird Ant-Man. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Zuckuss' original name was Tuckus.
No,
which
it wasn't.
Yiddish
it was
for
not.
bottom.
It was
not.
Don't
Someday
lie to
we'll
them.
do like the 5 most offensive Star Wars words. You know.
I mean, Zuckuss does sound like something like my mom would make me wash my mouth out with soap if I said it at the dinner table.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, basically, was Boba Fett going to be the villain of Return of the Jedi? I mean, maybe at some point. I mean, at one point Han Solo was going to die. Like, there's all these kind of things that almost happen with Star Wars, but it seems like a pretty good headline to have on May the 4th when everyone's talking about Star Wars.
Yeah.
That said, like, I really hope that Disney does something with Boba Fett, and I mean, we're probably going to get a solo movie about it.
Yeah, so that's, I imagine the 2018 movie, all the rumors are pointing that is the Boba Fett movie in between 8 and 9, and just even going back to the Respawn game, like, I can imagine that being a Boba Fett game if they want to tie it in with that. Like, if you imagine the Titanfall mechanics with what Boba Fett has, like
Hot
a
damn,
rocket pad. Yeah,
that'd be
super
great.
Cool.
Jetpacking up onto some ATSTs and dropping thermal detonators in their hatches.
Is that a sex thing?
Not yet, it's not,
right.
but it soon will be.
We can make it a sex
Let us know in the comments what you think about sex things. No, please don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that at all. That's an awful idea.
No.
Okay, so shifting gears, here's the thing. We've kind of talked about it a little bit. Marty, I've got great news. They're making a new Ghostbusters film.
Incredible.
Isn't that great?
Sounds great.
Isn't that great? But I've got some bad news.
What happened?
they don't have the same Ghostbusters.
Oh, I'm actually kind of fine with that.
They're all ladies now.
Oh, that sounds cool.
I think a lot of people have a problem with it. Also, they're mad because the trailer isn't funny. I mean, but it's also like, I mean, they made a Transformers movie. They're remaking everything. They made a RoboCop movie and no one seemed to care. They were like, oh, whatever, looks all right. I'm like, but it's PG-13. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
I don't understand why Ghostbusters specifically is getting so much hate. There was a thing going around on Facebook, like this was trending, about how apparently the Ghostbusters trailer has more dislikes than any movie trailer. And proportionately speaking, in terms of how many dislikes it have, like if you look at like the YouTube metrics and everything, it is a ratio of I think it's like 1 dislike per 56 views or something, and it's got like millions of views, which is kind of absurd. I've actually got an image of it right here. If you look at it, you've got that fun little bar.
Yeah.
If you want to take a look, so if you see that, it's got 30 million views.
Yeah.
And it's got 722
it's pretty
dislikes.
much 3 to 1.
I mean, that's kind of crazy. Like, that's kind of absurd.
It's also insane that this is the most disliked trailer on YouTube when there are Adam Sandler films that have trailers.
Yeah, so I want to go into that. There's so many videos on YouTube. There's so many videos that are just awful, and I feel like there's that thing where some stuff will, like, if it's if it's legitimately bad, like if it's like a beheading, it'll get taken down. If it's like truly hateful, they'll get rid of it. But then again, there is a lot of bad stuff on YouTube that just kind of festers. And so let's take a look at that. Here, for instance, people say Ghostbusters, not funny, and it looks like a bad movie.
Yeah.
Here's Paul Blart Mall Cop 2, official trailer.
He's making love to a bird of prey.
Yeah.
Right in that footage.
This film about this rent-a-cop who just ravages local waterfowl. It's just awful.
It's incredible.
Awful film.
Max, it has 1/700th of the amount of dislikes as Ghostbusters.
That is an incredible amount of likes for how many views that has. So I don't get it. It's kind of weird. And then people are like, maybe people don't like it because Ghostbusters is taking something familiar, and it's kind of a bastardization of something that they like and they don't like. Well, here's Let It Go, that hit song from Frozen, the Minions parody. Let's see that number there. Oh, so that's got some more dislikes, but still,
look how many likes it has.
Like it. People are into that. I don't get. Okay, so let's move on. What else do we have? Oh, I don't know. Hitler. Here's Hitler giving a speech. This has a surprising amount of likes.
Yeah.
People seem to really like this speech from Hitler.
Also, I feel like there's a correlation.
Sorry to clarify, Adolf Hitler.
I think there's a correlation between the people who liked this and the people who disliked the Ghostbusters trailer.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to. You said that, not me.
Oh,
but
sorry.
something even worse. Something even worse is on YouTube that I figure we should probably show. And this people seem to like this just fine. How to cook broccoli? You monsters! Eating well? Ugh, don't add salt. That might make it not taste like old fart. Only 45 people dislike that.
Who is this?
How's it showing? I don't know how that's... Why are you putting it... Take that down.
Wait, there's no yellowing the floor?
No, don't show it. Put it... I don't want to watch this crap.
We're going to get hit with
Put this away. Stop it. Yeah, put the plastic bag in the garbage. Throw that in the trash.
They're suffocating it. Is it all right?
Take that man off my screen. I don't want to look at him anymore.
That was a woman.
All right, next up, this one, real bad news here. The video we did a while back called How Many Dislikes Can This Video Get? That's got some dislikes, but even so.
God! I mean, look at your faces. You guys look real smug.
That was the best screen grab I could find. Anyway, so, I mean, it's just it's kind of ridiculous. Like, Ghostbusters, it might suck. It might be a stupid movie, but it's really not worth that many dislikes, I don't think.
And some people like the trailer. William
How
Holbert.
could that many people dislike a trailer that has ghosts in it?
William Holbert tweeted us, I have a simple mind, and I thought the new Ghostbusters trailer was very funny.
There you go.
There you go.
That's fine.
And you're just able to enjoy something and not hate on everyone else. I appreciate
also, the fact that it's going around Facebook saying it has the most dislikes, that's driving traffic to the trailer among people who maybe haven't seen it. So, that whole... you get more flies with honey than vinegar. Not true. You can catch plenty of flies with vinegar as well.
Did you make that up? That's how we got Brian Jr.
No, that was actually just old coffee left out in the cup. How you doing in there, buddy? You doing any turds?
No, he passed away.
All right. Anyway, next up we've got a cool thing that I had nothing to do with because I went home early yesterday because I was sick. Marty, what did we do? What happened?
We had Zach Ryan and I had a challenge. Overwatch, a lot of people are playing at the office. That's Blizzard's upcoming game. People are very excited for it. And Zach and I had a 5-minute challenge to see how many folks we could murder in a competitive game of Overwatch. And keep in mind, this is the first time either of us had played it.
So did you suck?
I did very well. We
Let's,
played as a monkey,
Okay.
a roller skate.
Let's check it out.
Don't be mean.
Hey guys, it's me, Naomi Kyle, and here's Damon Hatfield. We're playing Overwatch for the very first time, and we're going to pick a character and see how many dudes we can shoot right in the face.
Scoop.
Which one do you want to do on these characters?
So that was a cyborg ninja from
Soldier, Tracer, but he's a robot. And he's
Yeah.
a
So this is the
ninja
first
man.
time we played this game. Everyone else in
I've
the
never
office
played
is
it
real
before.
excited about it.
Junkrat.
There's a man named Junkrat.
Eh. This lady pilots a robot, so I'm going to go with her.
Yeah.
I win. Okay.
Okay, so this is you. Oh, I like her hands are on joysticks.
I'm having a great time.
Are you?
So far, this game is 10 out of 10.
Okay.
How many people can we kill? I don't know.
I bet you're not gonna kill any. That's my theory.
Who's that man?
Watch
Wait,
out.
there's a guy there.
Yeah,
Oh.
You did very well. You were
Okay.
so brave.
Here we go.
So this is your first time playing Overwatch?
Yeah.
This is your first time playing a video game?
I've never played a video game before.
You've really adapted to the idea of 3D. It didn't work out.
Got some
To be
good
honest,
guns
you're
here.
Probably gonna die very soon. Oh. Pew, 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 pew. You got
Oh,
stunned.
that's not good.
Oh, there's a lot of men there. That didn't go well. Oh, that's fine.
Whoa,
That's still alive.
awesome.
Okay, now that's
Oh,
gonna
not
go
good.
well. This fat man with the chain is very rude. If you hold
Yeah.
X, you can change your hero.
Too late. All right, go.
Still hold it.
Now I will be... Oh, now I'll be Winston. I'm a giant ape. Oh, also he talks.
Most giant apes do. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie.
Never
Mighty,
did before.
Mighty Joe Young.
How many kills do I have so far?
0.
Oh, crap.
How many do you think you're gonna have by the end of this?
Oh, probably at least one,
No,
I
I
can
disagree.
assume. I don't know what any of these buttons do.
Stop flying so close to the sun.
Yeah, good.
I like your stream is very limp. It really is just. Oh, that was good.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
Nope.
I mean, but to be fair, they killed a
oh boy.
a North American wild ape.
Oh, God.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Widowmaker, the maker of widows.
Ooh. This is what I'm talking about.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, that was a good. You did a good
How
snipe
do I
there.
do a high jump?
That's probably that.
Whoa, that's cool. Oh, that wasn't it.
I like this is kind of trial by fire of you
Yeah,
figuring
I'm-
out what's going on with your life.
Well, no kills, and I failed. Not
Yeah, I mean, I think you're fine.
great. Okay.
I think you.
Do you wanna try?
Well. Yeah, I'll do.
Okay,
I'll
here,
do,
you
I'll
go.
Give it a try. We'll see if I can get more than 0 kills.
Okay.
Okay, I hit a button. Oh no.
You're good. You did good. Keep playing the game. Also, don't stop. You broke it.
Oh, what?
Now we have to do this Let's Play again.
No, we don't. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I'm behind.
This is perfect. This is perfect. Everything is going great. Oh, excellent. Good work. All right.
Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good.
This is my favorite. Look at there's a Funko Pop of one of the characters in the game.
It's fine. I don't need teammates. Look at that.
Ha!
My arrow's drawn back. Oh, my controller's vibrating because my arrow's so drawn back.
Is that slang? Drawn my arrow back, if you know what I'm talking about.
That is what I am talking about.
Okay.
I shot that man with an
Did you
arrow.
kill anybody yet?
Shot
Nope.
that man with an arrow. Shot that man right in the bum with an arrow.
Dang! He has a force field that you can't
Fortress
penetrate.
field.
A fortress field. That's probably what force field is short
F.
for. How are you gonna get that man? There you go.
Like that.
Oh,
Oh, he's messing with my crew.
do you have another weapon?
I was eliminated by Swoles.
You got killed.
Yeah, you can't be laughing. You got killed by some fools
Only
as well.
once. Oh. What? Now you're this
No,
man?
I'm
Oh,
the Grim
you're
Reaper
watching,
who's
I
got
see.
multiple guns.
Oh boy.
Okay, the bumpers are going to use cooldown abilities.
Okay.
Like in the hit MOBA, anything.
Anything. Like in the hit MOBA, every MOBA ever.
Yeah. So this is where all the fun happens.
Great. Oh, good. Good. Get in there.
So now I'm a ghost.
Does you have to fight in
get
this
there.
room? You can only fight in this room, I think. What?
I don't know. I got a capture point though.
Let me tell you about the learning curve in this game. It is steep.
It's not steep. We've literally been playing for 3 minutes.
Yeah, and we don't know how to play
I
yet.
already killed someone.
I feel like any other game I could just pick up and know because I'm a professional video game man.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
Lucio.
What do you mean that none of that's true?
Lucio.
What does he have, a stereo for a gun?
Lucio. Oh,
That's
rad.
dumb.
Well, to each his own.
What, he's gonna kill you with island rhythms?
I
This man is jamming. Get him. Yeah, good. Watch out. Oh, he
Man, I
killed you.
passed away very quickly.
Yeah. You've died more than I died, and also
Yeah, but
you
I have
haven't
higher
killed
points.
anybody.
I have higher points.
Is that dude on rollerblades? What's happening?
Some people like rollerblades.
This is a crazy. We got to wrap it up. Thank you so much for playing, Damon. Once again, I'm Naomi Kyle. Back to you, Max, and special guest in the studio.
Bye, Andrew.
Yeah?
This is what happens when you go home sick.
Yeah.
Just don't get sick.
Okay.
But yeah, thank you, Damon and Naomi. That was really good.
Yeah, great job, guys. Yeah.
This was once a proud show.
Yeah.
You and Brian did such a
We've
nice
ruined
thing.
it so
We've
hard.
ruined it. It's
Man, we got any cool things from the fine folks on the computer using the hashtag up at noon?
Dova Gendi said, Naomi Kyle got a beard. That was...
You can't tell, but Naomi Kyle is entirely covered with just tiny feathers. She's like one of those strange birds.
I don't think... What? Aren't those all birds?
That's true.
On YouTube, Matthew Burnett asked, which program do Jedi use to open PDF files? This is actually a joke. PDF files, Max.
Mind reader?
Adobe Wan Kenobi.
Shut up!
That wasn't me, it was
That
Matthew.
sucks.
That was really good.
Doesn't work. I don't like that joke.
Very good joke.
It's a
Yeah, because
stupid
Adobe
joke.
sounds like Obi,
Hey,
and Adobe is...
what
on me?
sounds Yoda's sheep make?
Bah.
They go ba.
That's very nice. I like that.
All right, so in accordance with our Dead Island sponsorship, we've got a cool thing here. I like that they're like, hey, can we sponsor your show? We're like, yeah. And they're like, well, will you Photoshop some stuff with zombies on it? We're like, we can do that.
We were probably going to do that anyways.
Yeah, pretty much. So check this out. We've decided we're going to take some video game characters and make them look just really awful. Brian helped out with a couple of these. For starters, we've got Kratos, God of War. He's a very scary man, very scary, angry dude. But he looks even worse as a zombie. It's actually kind of hard to tell.
Oh my God!
If he's in fact Kratos.
Wait, did Brian do this?
Brian did that. Oof.
How did
Just
Brian
really,
do that?
It's really scary.
What's happening? What's
It
coming
looks
out
like
of his mouth?
It looks like a Cannibal Corpse album cover. Isn't that gnarly?
Yeah, it looks like a thing on Fury Road.
Yeah, really gross.
I-
So to kind of scale it back, he did another one that's a little bit less awful, which is Pac-Man. Pac-Man's a spooky man. He goes around eating he eats some people sometimes.
He eats ghosts, yeah.
But what if he ate brains?
Nope. What is happening?
don't
Why?
know.
What is this filter he found that just makes everything look dead?
I don't know. Brian's got some weird stuff in his
God,
computer.
I imagine he was real weird in art school.
Ugh, really gross. But then I jumped in and I did one that some people complain about zombies when they run. I thought, who runs? Well, Sonic the Hedgehog does. So here's Sonic the Hedgehog, the running zombie.
Why do you keep doing this?
Isn't that awful?
This is terrible. I mean, granted, there's a lot worse fan art on the internet of
Yeah,
Sonic.
I'd like to think that, that's probably the best thing I've got going for me is that there are worse pictures of Sonic the Hedgehog out there.
There's ones where he makes love on a woman, like a human woman, which is strange.
If you guys want to send us some of your zombie photoshops, take your favorite video game characters and make them horribly undead and send them to upatnoon@ign.com. And, we can show them off next week.
Yeah, those were very gross.
Yeah.
And we're gonna eat lunch after this. I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, zombies eat lunch. It's called brains. Yeah.
The more you know.
Brains Altano. Yeah.
Rope.
We're gonna. Zach's making weird gestures. What is that? You want to go fishing, boy? What is it?
We going fishing?
There's a fire at the old mill.
I said stall, idiots.
Oh,
Stall.
I thought he was talking about Nick Stahl, the actor.
Yeah. Oh yes. That yellow bastard.
Yes. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
mean. I don't like what he did to women in that film.
Yeah. I mean, Sin City was. I like Sin City. Sin
That
City's
first movie was amazing.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. It was real
Yeah.
pretty.
So I saw an interesting thing the other day about how this guy was saying how he thinks that if you've seen the recent covers for Frank Miller's like Dark Knight 3 stuff, they're really like they look kind of bad.
Yeah.
But this guy kind of presupposes that and be like, maybe it's the coloring. Let me see if I can pull that up.
Yeah, I mean that's interesting because
You continue stalling and I'll pull this up.
we can do that. I mean, one of the things that made stuff like 300 and Sin City and Ronin and in early Dark Knight Returns so incredible was the sort of simplicity in terms of the palette. And I feel like maybe a lot of that, you lose a lot of that when you try to add too many colors to it.
So this guy's James Harvey. If you want to pull this up on here, this is his Tumblr. So he's showing off these images from like, recent. You can show my computer. There we go. Yeah. So he's basically doing these super like artsy like avant-garde looking stuff. Like over here is what you've got what DC's actually shipping, and it looks exceptionally bad. But if you change the color scheme up, it's kind of like this weird reinterpretation of.
Or it looks like graffiti. Like it looks like something you'd see on the side of a building in a cool urban zone.
Yeah, and he's got a bunch of these, but like he's completely got a point. Like it looks so much better if you do like more of a pop art approach.
Oh, she looks like an actual cat.
So yeah, on the subject of Frank Miller, like, and I mean, for a while he worked with Lynn Varley, who is Lynn Varley? Was that Varley?
No,
Varney?
that's Lynn Varley.
Jim Varney, star of the Ernest films, colored originally.
Did he pass away?
Probably.
Oh.
But yeah, like this looks awesome.
Yeah.
This is from Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
Strikes Again. Dark Knight Strikes Again. That's it.
That's super cool.
Yeah. I don't know. So I'm into that. I just think
I know.
coloring could do a lot of really good stuff. I mean, I remember thinking that Jim Lee's stuff in the 90s looked like it was cool, but the coloring wasn't caught up enough. You know?
Yeah. Well, and the idea of cool evolves over time.
Totally.
Which is strange.
So on that note, speaking of cool evolving over time, here is the coolest person I've ever met.
My dad?
Get me.
Hold on.
You're not my
thing's in
dad.
the cord.
What's going on? Stop kicking things.
I got a cramp in my hip. Everything's going horribly awry.
Stop it.
I unplugged my computer. I think I ripped the cord off. Seriously, I have a hip cramp. This sucks.
Anyway,
Show's terrible. Please
here
don't
I am.
screen cap this.
Here I am.
Hey,
Look,
Zach.
just there. Great, guys. That was some really great stalling that you did.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah. I like that I told you to stall and you totally found a worthwhile thing to talk about. So nice work,
My
nerds.
bad. Next
I'm
time
really
I'll write
proud
a
of
whole
you.
show.
No, I think it was. I'm saying
Yeah?
it was good. I'm not even being
right.
facetious.
Well,
for
shucks.
once.
So everybody, this is Zach Ryan. He produces the show and, hits us with rulers when we don't do a good job.
David Hatfield.
No.
This is Damon Hatfield.
Technically, I was Naomi Kyle earlier, but
dang.
now it's just me, Zach Ryan. And I'm here to talk to you guys about a very special show to me, one that's near and dear to my heart, Power Rangers.
Frasier.
Boom.
Oh, it's
Wow,
fine.
nice.
Check it out. These guys got some new costumes.
Yeah,
Max, I think, is going to pull
let's
them up here.
stop and regarder les
So-
Rangers de Power.
Entertainment Weekly has been slowly trickling out these new shots of the Power Rangers movie that's coming out next year, and today they finally did their big reveal on the Power Rangers costumes. That was this morning, right? It's been
That
a
was
long
this morning,
one.
yeah.
Why did they show Rita Repulsa first and then these guys?
I mean, this is what people are waiting to see,
Yeah.
right? I mean, the only thing that could be cooler than this is the Zords, and I'm assuming that we're going to get those next.
Oh, is that what you short for Megazords?
The Zoids.
The Zoids?
Yeah,
Those
you're bringing out the
those
Zoids.
are different animal robots, please.
I mean,
Yeah.
the thing you immediately notice about this is the influence of Iron Man's design, which I
Yeah.
totally understand because like Iron Man might be one of those things. Like the sleekness of his design over the last decade of film has sort of changed a lot of things. After
Yeah,
that.
it does look like Iron Man. But I want to take a moment to go back through the history. I see my teleprompter here has already skipped to the next story. What happened to all my notes, you guys?
Go back it up.
Go back up there.
Come
I
on.
need to see those notes.
Yeah.
on.
History.
Keep going.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah.
Spreadsheet. That helps. Oh, good. A
good.
Google Doc. Okay.
What is
Yeah.
happening? Oh, I see they failed to put the notes in the teleprompter. Oh boy.
We'll be fine.
What a show we got here, guys.
some notes.
I
You want
tell
my
you what. Okay, so let's go to the
Just go
next
off the
image.
top of your head.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Here's the Power Rangers.
Here's the original Power Rangers. Don't need any notes for these guys. Classic design on display.
Someone's going to
here.
point it out, but the White Ranger was not one of the original Rangers.
This is true. He was actually. He was actually.
first. He was the bad Green Ranger.
Well, first he wasn't there at all. But when you think of Mighty
I
Morphin
noticed
Power
that there's
Rangers,
no green or white one here.
is true.
What's that about? Maybe that's the fact that Rita Repulsa's green has something to do with that.
that's to be assumed.
All right.
That seems to be the word on the street, and by street I mean the internet.
All right.
Anyway,
The information super street.
a visual history of the Power Rangers, starting with the very originals here. Obviously, all of their dino powers are represented in their helmets.
Their hats.
Their cool hats. They got. I really like this like diamond pattern work on their suits.
they look
I
like
think that's
playing
really
cards.
cool.
They look
And
like
you'll see this
at
like
a bowling alley.
yeah, but you'll see this motif repeated throughout the next few Ranger costumes that we're going to look at. And it's, well, here's the Power Rangers from the movie.
You know what's the coolest part of that movie is that Trini has headlights on her hat.
Yeah,
Headlights?
they come out of nowhere. No. So her helmet is pretty normal, but then just completely apropos of nothing in the film, two headlights pop out of her helmet. It's
That
very
makes
strange.
me want to know like what other cool things.
So
pop up.
these costumes kind of came out of the blue in the movie.
Most of the budget went into these costumes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they're like weird motorcycle suits. They have all these like impact pads all
Yeah.
over them. They're still pretty faithful to the design in the show, except they're just kind of bulked out,
Yeah.
which is fine. I think they look cool. I don't have any qualms with these ones. Let's go to the next one. What do we got next? They also got cool ninja suits in this
That's the
movie
worst
when
part
they
of the
got-
movie.
When they got the ninja powers, these are a little. I like these. I think they're unassuming. They're ninja robes.
It's a
except for that-
giant pink ninja robe. That's assuming.
I was gonna say, except for that pink one. That's a
I
little loud.
think there was some like insider trading going on with Party Warehouse. It was like, we got these knockoff ninja costumes. What can you do with them? They're like, we'll move those for you. This is
Is that Brian's uncle?
Probably.
Yeah, Brian's uncle executive produced this film. Little known fact. All right, next. Seen enough of these ninjas.
All right.
All right, this is Power Rangers Turbo.
Here Neo was in there somewhere?
Yeah, so I'm going to skip. I'm going to look at some of the bigger changes.
Okay.
There's, up to this point, 24 seasons of Power Rangers.
Okay.
Or 24 different iterations. Can't look at them all. Some of them are very similar.
Yeah.
This is Power Rangers Turbo, where they've harnessed the awesome power of the automobile.
Yeah.
Their suits and helmets look like cars, down to their like earmuff pieces here that look like wheels. They have headlights, and you can see that some.
Fun fact about cars is they actually hear through their wheels.
That's true. Some of the suits have
wheels, the ears of the car.
Some of the helmets, Maxwell, I'm trying to teach you a lesson, have sunroofs built in on the top, so that's nice.
Do they open it up and their hair comes out?
Yeah, just
blowing the whiskey
straight
in
out.
the summertime.
Next. This is Power Rangers Wild Force. So this is where we kind of start seeing this cyclical nature of the Power Rangers. You have the same primary colors as the originals. This lady here is in white, but also pink. And these guys are all animals. They're all their powers are based in animals. Still not too crazy. I do like this guy's weird power gloves.
Yeah, they're like mittens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For punching.
Awful.
All right, let's go to the next one. All right, here's where things kind of start getting crazy. So Dino Thunder obviously harkens back to the original Power Rangers, the Dino theme. They introduced powers of like really weird dinos though, like Dimetrodon and Pachycephalosaurus. So some pretty deep cuts here.
You can't say that on TV.
I know, I'm sorry. But then you also see like cool stuff happening in their costumes. Like they've got the same sort of diamond callouts, but then they have the shields that the Green and White Rangers wore, and now their helmets have cool mohawks.
That's true. Yeah.
So
Much like the Dimetrodon had on its back.
Indeed. Okay, so the next one. This is Power Rangers.
Power Rangers flag team.
Yes, Power Rangers.
They couldn't get into the cheerleading squad, so
Mystic
they're going to do
Force.
flag moves.
I hate you so much. This leans heavily into fantasy, obviously.
Yeah,
and,
because capes.
Yeah, they got nice capes. Here they fight an army of the undead, which is pretty weird for the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next one.
That man had a weird staff though.
This is Power Rangers RPM, where they're just literally cars.
Are some of these made up? Are all these real?
No, these are all real. These are all real. So this is again like, obviously Power Rangers. Every so often you get a weird one, but it's mostly cars and dinos.
The
Very
big
young
two.
target audience.
Yeah.
Next.
Oh, it's the Power Rangers founding father.
The Pounding Rangers.
Sorry, I was thinking about what I was watching last night.
This is Power Rangers Super Mega Force. These are pirates that fight aliens. These are really weird costumes.
Yeah, these are pretty bad. They look like they're fops.
Their helmets.
They're
Their
dandies.
helmets look like pirate hats, and they're wearing these weird, like pirate coats.
They have like
I don't
power
know.
snuff
All
boxes
of them
they pull out
all
and
of
they get
them
in their
kinda
carriages.
All of them kind of look like Prince.
A little bit, yeah.
Weird.
And then also this season, in the Super Mega Force season, culminates in the legendary battle, which is like every Power Ranger ever. So awesome. This is Dino.
Carnivale.
This is Dino Superchargers. This is one of the most recent seasons.
Why are there so many of them?
Well, so they did Dino Chargers and then they did Dino Superchargers, and what we're looking at here is both of those teams assembled. A lot of callbacks to the original Power Rangers designs,
Such as colors.
look at this
and
man
fabrics.
in the front. He's got this crazy, like you nailed it, this carnival look. I kind of dig it. That's
yeah.
fun.
Fulsome street fair.
Which brings us back, nobody knows what that is, which brings us back full circle to Entertainment Weekly's designs. Well, not their designs, but the new movie's designs.
Entertainment Weekly is producing a new Power Rangers movie.
In cooperation with Brian Altano's uncle.
Beautiful.
No, I think these are cool. Obviously, there's some serious Iron Man call-outs to each of these costumes, but as far like when I saw Rita Repulsa's design, I was a little nervous. But now seeing these ones, I like these a lot better.
Like, do you think it's mechanical? Like, are they going to make? Like,
I think so.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I think also this is, if you look at press photos for pretty much any movie ever made, it almost never looks like what the actual movie looks like in action.
Sure, the
Yeah.
lighting,
Like,
the lighting's not going to
Look
be.
at
Well,
that
take a
first
look at
photo
this.
we got of the Joker.
Also, take a look at this.
Suicide
You can
Squad.
see here that they're just standing on apple boxes.
Yeah.
In this photo,
Yeah.
which is pretty weird. Like they didn't even like Photoshop in some rocks.
Yeah.
Like they're just on boxes. That's strange.
Yeah.
But
How much clothes do you think they wear underneath that?
0.
Oh no, chafing.
Nude. All right, that's it for me, guys.
Wow,
Thank you for having me
cool.
on.
Thanks, Zach.
Yeah,
Well,
I
Thanks
just want.
for coming by.
No problem. I just want to let you guys know that during this whole segment, me and Max's legs were touching.
Come back. My leg is so cold without yours.
That was strange.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing. I got a sniffle. Hey, Marty, you know what time it is?
12.
I just failed to look at you.
Oh, hi.
I just sort of like turned to you, but then I was just like, it has lights. I'm like a moth.
It's 12:36.
No, that's incorrect. It's time to talk about weird Nintendo collecting.
Yay!
And joining us for that is Callie Plaguey.
Hi, Callie.
Hello, boys.
How's it going?
This chair's weird.
Yeah,
this-
I know
this
this
is,
entire thing's weird.
This whole production's a death trap.
Don't worry.
Kelly, you do a lot of Nintendo stuff. You're on NBC here and there.
Yeah.
And you have a desk covered with awful things like this
It's nice.
this Tea Party Pikachu.
It's the Benedict Arnold of
He wants a
Electric
small
Rats.
government, and he
Traitor.
wants a nice rare candy.
Yeah.
So, girl, run!
F.
You know, I didn't want to catch any cooties, so.
Yeah. No, I will probably get you sick because in addition to having a cold, I also have vermin.
Talk about the Nintendo.
Okay. We wanted to talk to you about Nintendo collectibles that may or may not be officially licensed and sanctioned, and what your thoughts are on them.
Yeah, some of them are real.
Some of them, I'm sure they're all
But they're-
real, but
they're
whether or not
all-
they're official.
They're all pretty weird, is the point.
Let's start out with this thing. Tell me, what am I looking at here?
So this is the Hip Hop Parade collection. It's you can just buy plush of their butts. Just cool Pokemon butts. That's
wait,
a Pikachu
is this-
and an Altaria.
Are these official?
Yeah, these are real.
Okay.
Like real official Pokemon
I have
Company
two
toys.
questions. What's a hip hop parade, and what are these? Like, do you wear these?
No, they're just plush that you buy, and you hug them. You just get to hug the butts.
Hug
You get
a
to hug a
rat's
butt.
derriere.
Yeah, it's a mouse.
What's the blue thing? What does that look like?
That's a cool bird.
Okay.
Fairy dragon.
There's all kinds of stuff you could probably do with it. You could sit on it and be like, oh, I have the butt of a Pikachu, and also my lumbar is being supported quite nicely.
Yeah.
Or you could cut a hole in your wall and jam it in there so it looks like you got a Winnie the Pikachu stuck in your wall because he's trying to get too many honeys.
Or mount it as like a hunting trophy.
Yeah, or you could do all kinds of, you could mount it in
Does
different
anyone
ways.
mount the back half of any?
All right, so next up, here's something, these are some fun collectible Pikachu balloons. Is that what I'm looking at here?
Yeah, these are Pikachu condoms.
Nope.
There's this mythical condom store in
What's
Japan.
a condom?
Condomania.
It has a cool forked reservoir tip. And
Dual fork.
For his and hers displeasure?
yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, there's like this mythical store that has all these character condoms, and
Well, now
they
hold
made
on a second.
Pikachu.
Pikachu isn't a mythical Pokemon. He's just a regular old electric
store
rat.
No, the
is
store's
mythical.
mythical. Pikachu.
Oh.
Get it? You want to
Why
take a
don't
Pikachu?
they have like an Articuno Condarn, maybe?
So you were supposed to. So people put their Panguses in those,
Yeah.
or those on their Pangus.
I'm very upset right now. Let's move on.
Okay.
Oh God, I'm even more upset now. What's
What
this?
is happening?
Ash got some gains.
Did we,
this is,
did we break a computer here? Hold on a
we
second.
broke something.
That's fine.
It's okay.
Zach and I were going to go to that condom store when we were in Japan last month.
Yeah.
And Andrew Goldfarb didn't let us.
What a buzzkill.
He's a buzzkill.
Glad we're talking about
said-
condoms while my head's down
Anyway.
He
here.
said, quote, he doesn't like condoms.
Anyway,
There we go.
wow. Anyway, we got Ash with abs. Or we don't. We don't have Ash
Did
with
it not?
abs.
Did it not do
We had
that?
Ash with abs.
We
There we
did.
go.
Anyway,
Okay.
so there's a theory that Ash is super strong because like the Pokemon weigh a lot, and he's like just holding them in the show, and this explains all of that.
Wait, this is not real.
No,
That's not official.
no, I wish it was.
Also, he looks like Marky Mark, but without like
Yeah,
the
that
hate
kind
crimes.
of. Yeah, that's kind of a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What- do you own this? Do you
No.
own- Okay.
That looks like I'm gonna
I
be
would
honest.
love to if someone knows where I can
That looks
acquire
like
this
good, It
product.
looks like a really good action figure.
It is.
It looks like a nice quality, even
paint.
for like a bootleg.
His jeans look weird.
Huh. So
don't want
fun
a
fact
jean
about
shame, but-
about Nintendo merchandising is Jakks Pacific has they have the rights to their World of Nintendo. They make all these fun Nintendo toys. They used to do Dragon Ball Z and wrestling before that, so they do know how to sculpt some abs if they do want to do a Super Muscle Man shirtless Ash.
Make it
You
happen.
know.
Don't do that.
All right, so then we've got what?
So
What?
Oh, okay.
Is it not showing up?
No, we keep losing the picture for some reason.
Is it because we kicked all the cords out of the way with your big damn legs, Zach?
Sorry.
well, what we have.
Let's describe it using our words. What are we looking at
So
right now?
this is a. Oh,
she
here we
is.
go.
Cool.
Princess Peach on a toadstool.
Yeah.
Missing one of her stockings.
Now, why wouldn't they make this an official piece of merchandise?
Because it's clearly not for children.
Well, no.
Children wear shoes.
Children wear shoes
Children
and
do
socks.
wear shoes. I'm wondering.
Is it because they got the aspect ratio of the mushroom wrong? I feel like it doesn't meet their style guide.
Yeah, I think that's
But if
the
they
main
if
problem.
they just kind of squish that a little bit, I think it's a pretty good. I mean, that could be an amiibo right there. Just
Oh
put
yeah.
some
What does it unlock in your video games, Max?
the sockless and shoeless versions of all of them.
Yeah, just
cool
Yep.
Super Mario Maker
Yeah.
costume.
Oh, what if you just had like a little 8-bit Pangus hanging out?
Okay. All right. So then we've got this one, which
This is official. This is a Kirby figure,
It's sold with those Pikachu condoms.
and the problem here is he doesn't have the little like air sucking thing, so it just looks like he's really ready to go.
wow. ready to go to the buffet and have a bunch of snacks. All right, moving on, please. Whoa.
I had this.
This
I
is
had this as a kid.
known as Free Him. This is a bouncy ball.
Yeah, it's a super ball.
with a cool fat Pikachu in it.
Yeah.
You know, Fat Pikachu, Best Pikachu, original, and he's floating. You know, Pikachu doesn't like to be in a ball, so this is just sad.
There's one solution to that is would you just cut
As
him
a
out.
as a bonus, somebody freed him.
Wow.
This is him free.
I like to think that it was placed in that enclosure because it's just riddled with lead paint, and that person now they put their scissors down.
It's
to go vomit.
radioactive.
Also,
yeah.
it's terrifying because it looks like those scissors are about to cut him in half now.
Yeah.
It's like
Also,
clock
is
tower.
that blood in the background?
Yeah, that's
Definitely.
blood.
terrible.
I think
Oh.
they hurt themselves trying
Yeah.
to get
Really,
Pikachu free.
Really? Well, I mean, you know, it's got to get him out of the. There's no thing to say there.
No.
All right, so then of course, what's wrong with this? This is
So
fine. This
that's
is
fine. And
Yeah.
then, but look at what you can do
What
with
are,
it.
what are those things called?
I don't even know. They're just those
Oh, it's
little
a-
monster
it's a
guys
pick-
in
it's a
Pikmin.
Pikman.
It's one of the Pikmans.
All right, and then
But
Oh my!
this one is weird because of what you can do with it.
Yeah.
Hey.
I mean,
so
I feel like this
sad.
and that Kirby before have similar uses.
Right. Yeah, this one's the plush version.
They're for
the
sex.
Kirby,
I like.
Yes.
That's
no,
what-
no.
Oh, they're not.
Don't
Never
say
mind.
that word
No.
on our show.
That's illegal.
4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's this
Oh,
one.
this is one of my favorites.
We show-
Dino and Martin.
Yeah, we've shown this one out. Shown this one on the show before. Man, I really want to buy it.
Bump and go?
Yeah.
That was a hit. That was a hit song by Dean Martin.
Yeah.
And I like.
Operation Super Action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super action musical, Dino and Martin.
I like that Dino has just evil red eyes.
Did it cut out again?
I had a question. Why was Flappy Bird in the background of all those images?
No, that wasn't Flappy Bird. That was the famous Nintendo level
Nah.
from Mario Man.
Nah.
The jumper. Jumpin' Mario. You know that
Man
game?
Mario.
Yeah.
All right, well, Callie, thank you so much for joining us
Callie.
and walking us through the horrible world of things that you should not buy with money.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Yeah.
Thanks
we'll have
for
you
having
back
me.
next time to talk about even worse things.
Yeah.
Callie?
All right.
Anytime.
See you.
It's so many things that you can just have sex with. The world's
Take your right-wing rat with you.
Right-wing rat.
All right. Son of a tip. Damn it. I love when we have technical difficulties. I mean, people are like, is this
fine.
live? Like, well, yeah.
It's fine.
We would have cut around that if that wasn't live.
How's Brian?
Is
How's Brian Jr. doing?
he dead yet?
Yeah, he's dead. He's gonna outlive us all.
No, he's going at it.
Yeah.
Look, he's having a great time in there. Yeah. So we've got Vermin, we've got technical difficulties, and
fine, it's
what
fine.
else do we got?
I didn't realize there was so much Nintendo merchandise that you can make love to.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah.
So one of my favorite movies of all time is the anime Akira. This is the original VHS tape, which I actually found at a thrift store recently, and there's something very odd in here, which I was really stoked to find when I got it. Check this out. Coming soon to your 16-bit home gaming systems, an Akira 16-bit video game.
And you can $5 off.
Yeah, save this. It's worth $5. That never came out. That never happened. There are very few details about the Akira game that never existed. It was supposedly going to be coming to Genesis and Super Nintendo sometime around 1994. Screenshots exist out there in old magazines, but up until now, when this CES 1994 footage showed up, we hadn't seen it in action in moving at all.
Is this the Zapruder film? What are we looking
This
at?
is the Zapruder film of video games I wish came out. So I love Akira. If this game had come out in 1994,
Yeah.
whether or not it had been bad, this would have been like one of those just top 5 Super Nintendo ROMs I would have played
my
all the
God,
time
this
in
looks
high school. Like I would have put this on a floppy disk and brought it to the computer lab and
Yeah.
screwed around with it. It looks gorgeous.
I mean, it looks gorgeous. It's late in the generation.
Yeah,
so,
but it's got
yeah.
like the whole beginning of Akira in there,
Yeah.
and I mean, we'll get to gameplay in a second, but it looks like a cross between like
Road
Road
Rash?
Rash.
Yeah.
Like
Through
Akira
Neo
Road Rash.
Tokyo. Oh, I'm loving this.
How
Yeah.
great would that game be? I
Yeah.
mean, it kind of doesn't look great there.
I mean, that
What is-
looks-
Is that what is that man doing?
That looks trashy.
Then it jumps around, but I mean, apparently you play as Tetsuo and Kaneda.
Okay.
And I mean, this is really bad footage because it's literally shot on
It's
VHS.
off screen of a CRT.
It's off screen of a CRT. This is 22-year-old video game footage.
This is what coverage
And,
would have been like. Imagine if the internet existed back then and this is what everything looked like.
Yeah, and it's like it's crazy because like, oh man, look at that. They're gonna have the big fight with the
Star Bowl,
clowns.
yeah.
But I'm just like, I'm so stunned. I really hope that like a cartridge of this turns up and somebody like rips a ROM of it or something.
I mean,
Because like,
you have to imagine like this exists somewhere in some programmer or marketing guy's basement. And
Yep.
what the hell's happening here?
first-person Kaneda in a mental hospital situation.
Oh my god! Yeah, this looks like the Jurassic Park game for Super Nintendo.
Yeah,
that
right?
had those first-person
That's kind
sequences.
of what I was thinking. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I remember there were a lot of that was kind of the high point of licensed games. Also, how weird is it that we're seeing gameplay from what has since become a Kanye West video, but we've never seen the game like that whole hospital scene is the video for Stronger. Like,
yeah.
And then you've got
Then you got just traditional 2D platforming.
This makes me think of like Wolverine, like Adamantium Rage, or like
Yeah.
one of the Spider-Man games.
Yeah,
which
I
is-
like these men are just hanging.
Yeah.
The game doesn't look good, as in, like, mechanically it doesn't look very good, but
But
the
it's
idea of
pretty,
it
yeah.
existing would be
mean,
amazing. And also,
These
how
are- yeah.
have no one gone back and tried to make an Akira game now? Like,
I don't know.
How is this not?
There's an Akira game I think for PS2 that's like a pinball game.
That's not, I'm going to be honest. Of the
Yeah.
genre of Akira
Yeah.
games I want, pinball is not one of them.
Pretty much. But yeah, maybe we'll someday get an Akira game, or somebody will come forward with stuff like this.
I want Rocksteady to make a Akira game.
Oh, that'd be gorgeous.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I mean, this is what I like. Just when I think that there's not going to be anything new and exciting about old video games, here we go. Surprise, surprise. Moving on. Oh man, we got some great news.
Uh-oh.
We got something we've been waiting for a while. The man who wrote the putrid, feculent abomination that is Dragon Ball Evolution has apologized.
Oh.
If you've never seen this movie, don't ever see this movie. It's so bad. It is so infuriatingly, just breathtakingly, staggeringly bad. And the guy who wrote it, he got interviewed by a Dragon Ball Z fan site, and he basically was like, I feel really bad about that. I was pretty much not a Dragon Ball fan. I was really just trying to make money.
They had my family at gunpoint.
Which no one ever says that. Like nobody ever comes out and goes, "Yeah, I was just in it for a paycheck." I mean,
Yeah.
occasionally. Apparently, I think Jamie Foxx said that at a Comic-Con panel.
stealth?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's like, "I need a pool house."
I'm trying to. Was Chow Yun Fat in this? Is he playing
Yeah, he played Master Roshi.
Okay, and this is a poor man's Aaron Paul is playing White Goku.
Yeah, there's like a handful. I think was it Kristen Kruk who was in there? I think.
Crankston Craig?
Kirk or Kirk?
Craig or Crash?
Yeah. But it was just like man, that movie it's so bad, and they're like sort of trying to
Piccolo.
make a Dragon Ball movie, but also like a Dragon Ball Z movie, but then there's Bulma. And
Is
just-
Bulma Emmy Rossum from Phantom of the Opera?
I think so, yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
All this is making me very uncomfortable. And Piccolo is played by the dude from Smallville who played Lex Luthor.
That's right, that's
Yeah.
who it was, yeah.
I'm slowly remembering this movie. Like I feel like I had PTSD and I removed it from my memory.
This movie
and
sucks.
this doesn't look good.
This movie sucks so much. And there's a way you can adapt Dragon Ball and make it interesting. If you want a good Dragon Ball movie, go watch Kung Fu Hustle.
Yeah.
Like Kung Fu Hustle, or like any of like Stephen Chow's movies. I think he actually was involved with this, but just kind of like because they
They
paid him, I think.
had his family as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
probably.
is one of those movies where they just they steal your family and then they force you to do terrible, terrible things.
Oh yeah, that wonderful part where Goku fights a Transformer.
Do you think he shoots?
Actually, I joke, but that totally does happen in Dragon Ball at some point.
do you think does he do a Kamehameha at any point?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But it's bad because it's a bad movie.
Yikes.
It's
I mean,
terrible.
do we get good live-action anime adaptations? Like, do those exist, really? Like, everyone seemed to hate M. Night Shyamalan's Avatar.
There's like
The
a
Last Airbender.
Battleship Yamato that's pretty cool. I mean, the decent anime adaptations come out in Japan. So far, I don't
Yeah.
think we've seen like one in the West.
Yeah.
Like, that whole approach just seems really odd to me. We're seeing it with like Ghost in the Shell, and people are like, "Oh, we're gonna make a live-action Akira with Keanu Reeves and Leonardo DiCaprio." I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, but why?
And yeah,
That's
people,
about 14-year-old Japanese boys. Why
Yeah.
are you?
And I feel like people have always been talking about a live-action Cowboy Bebop movie, but like, get Keanu Reeves. They just want Keanu Reeves to play everyone in
Yeah.
anime because he's sort of an anime man,
Yeah, kind of.
like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to play Spike. I'd be down with that.
Yeah.
I like
You have a
Spike
Spike suit.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Be nice. I don't know. It's just it's an odd approach, but I'm glad that we at least have we've got some amends for Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yep.
And I mean, it's kind of weird in this age of like social media where people will do one thing that's very bad, and then they either try to cover for it or they just continue to embarrass themselves further. To have a guy come out after like 10 years or whatever and be like, hey, that movie sucked. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was very bad. I hope I get to work on something and redeem myself. And it's like,
Because
I don't know if you ever will, but you know.
everyone has a thing they've done that they weren't proud of.
Yeah.
And like the idea of someone going back in the past and actually like talking about that is.
What's something
nice
you've
to
done that you're not proud of?
I really stepped into that one. I had a
Go on.
no, I'm not gonna.
Go on.
No, there's. I'm not. I was gonna say it, but not name. No, there's probably. I probably flubbed some articles in my past. Maybe I waited too late. I killed a man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Murder.
I didn't hide the body well.
You can never apologize for that.
Yeah. I apologize at the end of sex a lot.
I peed in my locker in 2nd grade by accident.
By accident?
Well, it was like my locker at like summer camp. I was changing in my bathing suit. I was like, I gotta go pee, but I can change out my bathing suit first. I just peed in my locker by accident. Ready to go.
But you were getting into your bathing suit. You were so close to a pool, which is like the secret best place to pee without anyone knowing.
No, I was coming out of the pool.
Oh, never mind.
So it was like that. I don't want to pee in the pool, but I'll go inside. You know.
Yeah, I'm of the weird. I feel like you should be able to pee in the pool. I don't know, legally.
Well, I don't ever want to go swimming with you.
Not like a pool, but what about like a lake? Can I pee in the lake?
I mean, how big is the lake?
What's the smallest body of water that it's socially acceptable to pee in?
The bath. But only if you're the only one in the bath.
Well, no. What if you're in love?
What if you're in love in the bath?
Yeah.
What? Get out of here.
Stop
We got
it.
any cool questions for people? Like, why are you still allowed to do the show? Brian, please come back. Help.
Brian, you need to come back. Potato King asks, okay, I missed the first few minutes. Why is there a bug in the jar on the table?
Guys,
Was the jar full of Grandma's
Brian
peach tea?
Jr.
Why is this?
The day after Brian left, this little guy was waiting. Did he do a new bathroom thing? Oh, he did a little poopy.
You keep saying that. I don't think he's doing poopy. I think he's just moving the oatmeal around.
No, he's pooping.
Yeah.
Oatmeal doesn't spontaneously turn into little black pieces of poop.
It could. Queasy asks, do you keep all of your interns in a jar?
We don't have interns on account of we used to mistreat them.
We never mistreated anyone.
Yeah, we did. There's that guy.
Oh,
You know that
we
one
didn't
guy?
talk about him. That's one of the things we apologize for.
The wheelbarrow man. Just go around the office late at night with a wheelbarrow.
Is that who
And
stole
everyone
it?
would put heavy things in it and made him keep going around. They say late at night in the IGN offices, you can still hear that wheelbarrow going around.
This is like a scary
just
story to
kidding.
tell in the dark.
So we got any other questions? Where are we on time? We got 8 minutes left.
What about that fart science story?
You want to talk about farts? Okay, so we were going to talk about it. I think we had this in the headline for this video, but we were going to talk about how there's a new scientific discovery.
Fart
that
science?
Smelling farts and doing farts is good for you. Because apparently, like, sulfide dioxin or something is in farts, and if you smell it, your brain absorbs it with tendrils, and then you don't go insane.
All right, I have a couple questions.
Sure.
Is it only your own farts, or is it one of those like you're getting neurons are floating, but it's someone else's, and so it's not good for business?
I don't know. I feel like it's probably both. You know.
I would also love for a health expert to get on television and tell people that they should be hotboxing, or not hotboxing, Dutch ovening. Sorry.
Dutch ovening each other.
Dutch ovening, yeah. A Dutch oven is like a hotbox with someone you love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I Dutch ovened my dog yesterday.
Oh,
Felt
that's
sort of bad
terrible.
about that.
Do dogs have better or worse senses of smell?
I think they have better senses of smell, but I think they like smelling gross stuff. Like I think that I have this theory that dogs like to smell stuff the way we like to listen to music. You know, like you hear a song on the radio, you're like, yeah, I love that song. Like I love that. Oh, I want to hear that sick beat. You know, and like you'll hear it more than once. You're like, oh, cool. But they'll be like in the lawn, they're like, it's cat poop.
Yeah.
I love cat poop, and they go smell it. They're like, oh man, I haven't smelled that since yesterday.
Yeah.
I can smell it as a bunch.
I feel like you're going to be reincarnated as a dog. I can see that.
Really?
What if you are Peppers?
Huh.
Getting back on some sort of topic, David Joseph Wesley asks, what are your favorite Star Wars history books?
There is a book out about the costumes in Star Wars that is fantastic. That's published by Chronicle Books, which is actually just right across the street from IGN. It's this gorgeous, big, huge book, and it's just got all these wonderful prop photos of the original costumes. What is it? You have
Why are
something
you
to
just
snicker about?
laughing?
Why don't you share it with the rest of the class?
I like how we actually,
Our producer
we
is
finally have
giggling.
something to talk about, and you're just giggling over there. God,
That doesn't help. What is it?
We can't talk about it.
You can't talk about it? It's a secret? Oh, it's politics. Okay.
Trouble for that.
Yeah, we got in trouble for talking about politics.
History books.
Too.
Back on topic.
But yeah, so the J.W. Rinsler making of Star Wars series is fantastic. If you can get it, if you're a person who reads stuff on an iPad or a computer, get it in that form because it has cool behind-the-scenes videos that don't work in a book because this isn't Harry Potter. But like they have clips of behind-the-scenes early footage where Chewbacca is just Peter Mayhew saying his lines.
Wow, that's
So there's this part where
incredibly uncomfortable.
like Obi-Wan's like, I'm gonna go shut down the tractor beam, and Harrison Ford's like, where does this man get his ideas or whatever? And then Chewbacca just like opens his mouth to growl, but he just goes, that old man's gone mad. And you're just like, huh, weird. And I guess Jabba originally had a fun voice. Here's a PSA for you. The song from Maz Kanata's Castle from The Force Awakens is finally out on iTunes, so you can go get that. And you have cool Star Wars parties in your pirate home.
Is that the one that the Hamilton dude
Yeah.
did? Yeah.
I was like super bummed that that wasn't out with the full soundtrack. I think they waited until the Tony Awards was coming out.
And then it was
so
like, oh, record-setting nominations. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
So another news, Dragon Ball Evolution's writer admits he was only in it for the money. Marty, what's going on with you? What are you excited about these days?
Not too much. I'm getting excited for E3. I'm getting excited for Civil War. We're seeing it tonight. You already saw it. I swear to God, if you do, we're going to witness a live murder on television if you do this.
I liked Civil War.
Good.
I thought it was a good time.
You give it a positive out of 10.
Yes,
Yeah.
positive out of negative.
Yeah. I'm very excited for that.
I gave it a something out of nothing.
I'm very excited for it, but I had a big spoiler in the YouTube comments of this week's episode of Beyond. I was just looking through the comments, and someone did a spoiler, and I'm like,
Is
why
it
would you?
the fact that the Vision is in it?
F.
Yeah.
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 I'm really, aside from that, though, I haven't been spoiled at all, which is good. Unlike Force
Who
Awakens.
bought you that shirt?
I did.
Oh, apparently I haven't been spoiled. I was
Oh
gonna
my
say you got
God,
some
that was so
some
bad.
rich ladies
That was
buying you
so
nice
bad.
sweaters.
Yes, all the
If you'd like to buy
the rich
Marty a nice
bartenders
sweater, you
I
can
date.
go on his Amazon wish list and get him all kinds of weird yarn shirts.
I would totally, yeah, if you want to send yarn shirts. It's
Oh,
also,
what's on here?
No, this is
Is
you.
it a picture of a dog is wearing sunglasses?
It's you, reincarnated as a dog.
I believe in myself.
You believe
Let's check
in
this
yourself?
out. What do we got here?
Yep.
Farts. I don't know if we accidentally show a. Here we go.
Let's wrap it up.
Check out this dog sunglasses. Right now. Please.
No.
There we go. All right.
Thanks,
On
Michael.
that note, we're going to wrap this up. If you missed part of Up at Noon Live, it will replay right after this on IGN Zaps. I was reading that off the prompter, which is usually full of script. When we write it,
For a second, I thought you said IGN Zaps. Like I thought there was a
IGN
thing called
Zaps?
Zaps, where it was like a laser
they're
gun.
really
Yeah.
they're a cool new way of getting rid of stains. IGN Zaps. Find them next to the OxyClean and the soap.
Yeah.
Marty, thank you for joining us.
you
We'll be
very
back
much.
next week. I'm hopefully won't be sick.
Yeah. Apologize after sex.
Goodbye.